only way for Europe is to stand up to Trump, is to unite. That's according to former French President François Hollande, who sat down with our very own Charlotte Reid. And Charlotte joins us with more now. Charlotte, there seems to already to be a response in Europe. We are ready for Trump this time round. We may have been caught out last time. This time round, we have a game plan.
Yes, I guess they know what's coming potentially, and with a Trump that has more power coming into play here next year. But it was really interesting to catch up with François Hollande, who of course has been president of France between May 2012 and May 2017. And, you know, he had stepped out of politics after being president, but he made the very unusual decision to come back to domestic politics. He ran as an MP for the region of Corrèze after the snap election was called last summer. So he's back at the forefront of French politics. And he said, look, because there was a real risk that the far right could come into power, he felt like he needed to step in. But he also wants to rebuild the left there. He wants to, because he's part of that coalition, the Nouveau Front Populaire, with the far left. And he was quite critical with them in that interview, saying, you know, they're not the ones that are ready to govern. We are the ones that are ready to govern. So he's tried to rebuild those forces. But we talked also about the Barnier government and how long he felt that this government could survive.
Le gouvernement Barnier ne tient aujourd'hui que parce que...
The Barnier government is only holding today because the far right does not want to bring it down. He was appointed, Mr. Barnier, a person I respect, but he was appointed by Emmanuel Macron precisely because the National Rally authorised him to govern. From there, I do not think that the National Rally will bring him down at the end of the year. And if the National Rally were to decide at some point to break with Mr. Barnier, there would also be a question to ask the Socialist. What is the point, the meaning of bringing down this government, unless we have a solution to propose to the French?
So, of course, at the very end of his own mandate, he overlapped with the beginning of Donald Trump's first mandate there. So he has an experience of dealing with Donald Trump in the White House. And he said that it is crucial for Europe right now to unite.
L'Europe doit s'inquiéter, mais l'Europe, c'est aujourd'hui...
Europe must be worried, but Europe is today a continent that is not united. So what will be absolutely essential is the reaction to what Trump wants to do, particularly the US disengaging from the European continent. This is what France, Germany, Poland and the United Kingdom, the four main countries that invest in defence, will do. If these four countries react together, both in relation to the security issue, the Ukraine issue and even the trade issue, then Europe will be respected. Otherwise it will be pushed aside.
Elle sera écartée.
And do you think they can? I mean, now Germany is caught in their own electoral cycle coming very soon, the left struggling in the coalition. Do you think Europe can come together?
Quels que soient les gouvernements, en France il est faible.
Whatever the government, in France it is weak, in Germany it has fallen. Whatever the governments, there must be a broad political consensus in these two countries to firmly resist what Donald Trump may undertake.
À ce que Donald Trump pourra engager.
Myself as a former president and as a responsible person, a member of the National Assembly, I will engage with the French government so that it holds firm.
Je m'engagerai auprès du gouvernement français pour qu'il tienne bon.
And how about the potential impact on Ukraine and the Middle East? What's your analysis of potentially having Trump in the White House? Can Europe gather, you know, to continue to support Ukraine? What does that mean for tensions in the Middle East, potential escalation with strikes in Iran? Like, what's your view on what things could look like next year with Trump in the White House?
De mon expérience de Donald Trump, puisque nous avons eu quelques mois à travailler.
From my experience with Donald Trump, since we had a few months of working together, I take away one conclusion. What Donald Trump says, he does. He says that he will resolve the Ukrainian question in 3 days. He will try to propose a peace with Putin that will exclude Ukraine from the negotiation and will allow Putin to take the territories he already occupies. Are we going to let it happen? We must not let it happen, because it would set an extremely serious precedent where force has prevailed over law. And in the Middle East, what Donald Trump says is that he will support Netanyahu's offensive to the end. And so we must say that it would be a risk of deflagration in the region and with a possible war with Iran.